Hey everybody, when I think of Easton, Minnesota, number one place I think of course, obviously is the farm. I mean, that's where I grew up. That's, obviously the first place I think of, biggest memories there. But if I was to say what is the second biggest thing I think of when I think of Easton, Minnesota and growing up here, I would say it was a school. And I'm standing right now. I am standing on the former ground of OLMC, Our Lady of Mount Carmel Catholic School. And as you can see behind me, again, there is no building. It's been torn down. Of course, that seems to be a common theme, my school buildings being torn down. You probably saw the video about the high school, that's gone. And of course, my elementary school here is now gone. And I don't know when it was torn down. I feel like maybe it might have been in the early 2000s. I'm not sure if my kids can remember actually seeing the physical building. I know they've been here before on these hallowed grounds, but I don't know if they can ever actually remember the building standing. So I feel like somewhere around 2000 might have been the last class of the school here, and was torn down sometime after that. But again, maybe somebody out there knows for sure, but that's just what I'm guessing. But and it's very significant. I think of high school. I went to high school in Wells for 4 years. I went to college at St. Cloud State for 4 years, but I went to OLMC Catholic grade school for grades 1 to 8 years. And not only did I go there 8 years, but I went with the same group of 24 students for 8 years. So you get to develop some pretty close bonds when that happens. And so it means a lot. It meant a lot to me. And I had great experiences here at school. We had 8 grades, first through 8th grade. If I go this way here, back through those trees back there, you can see what remains of the convent. That's where the nuns lived. I believe we had 4 nuns. And I had nuns in 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. What's interesting, one of the nuns, her name was Sister Kent. She was from Ohio, and I remember at that time I used to be in college football. I was a USC college football fan, and she was from Ohio. And so, when it would get to the Rose Bowl, we would have debates about USC and Ohio State, and of course, I was also a Gopher fan, and we certainly couldn't beat Ohio State then, and not now either. But so we'd have debates. She loved her beloved Ohio State, and of course now I live in Ohio, so I just think that's kind of interesting that probably one of my favorite teachers in the school, Sister Kent, was from Ohio, and now I live there. But here it is in the background. Again, in the background, if you look straight back is where the church was, and the parking lot over there. Again, over here between those trees was the convent. If you look, actually go across the street, like this street right here, literally, that's where the 2 buses lined up to take the kids home. And in the afternoon we went home. There was 2 buses here. There was one bus that took the kids that lived in the Delavan school district, and then there was another bus that took kids that lived in the Wells school district. And of course I lived in the Wells school district, so I went on that bus. The Delavan kids went on the Delavan bus, but all of us went to school in Easton for those 8 years. But that's where the 2 buses were. And then if you look across the street, that's where we had recess. You see you can see the baseball field there. That's where we played Little League baseball and could have recess there. Over here, the big grassy area in the fall was they had it marked out. That was their football field. We had a football team in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And so they had the lines in the field, and that was where the football field was over there. And then when it wasn't football season, of course, it would just be, place for recess. So there it is, guys, across the street. That's where we'd play. That's where we'd have recess right there. And then, back where I'm standing right now is where the actual building site was. But hey, look, it's like a lot of small towns. At some point, you don't have enough kids to. Families are smaller, people move away, you don't have enough kids, and the church couldn't support it anymore, and so eventually they had to close the doors. And then at some point after that, you have to make a decision, what are you going to do with this building? And at some point it was torn down, and now it's a nice little grassy park area. Looks real nice. But that's where the building was. So interesting. I can't actually prove that I actually went to school. I mean, my elementary school is gone, my high school is gone. I did go to school, I know that, but I couldn't actually physically show you the buildings because they're gone. But a lot of memories here, a lot of great memories here. But yeah, this was definitely one of the top things when I think about Minnesota. I think of the farm, but I also think about going to school here in Easton. So I'll leave it at that, and I will get back to you soon. I have a couple other stops we want to make here on our trip to Minnesota, and a few other maybe short little videos I'll kind of throw your way too. Okay, see you later. Bye.